So, I'm not sure how many of you are ready to hear this, but Senator Armstrong kind of stomps Darth Vader, like, in all honesty. I know this is going to be a huge piece of blasphemy, heresy, whatever you call it, for Star Wars fans, but in my opinion, it's just the truth. Senator Armstrong is way too powerful for Darth Vader. So let's just jump straight into it. So first we've got strength. Yeah, okay. Now I know a lot of you are going to say like, oh well, Darth Vader can use the Force and he can lift so much like metal and all kinds of like large objects with the Force. Yeah, fair enough. But without the Force, can he lift that with his bare hands? I didn't think so. Now what about Senator Armstrong? Do you think he could lift that same amount? Of course he can. He can lift like huge chunks of debris with his bare hands. Like, with no difficulty. He's like the Hulk, but not green. So in terms of pure physical strength, Senator Armstrong is really powerful. Now, here's the thing. Another thing you might want to say is, oh, well, perhaps Darth Vader could use his lightsaber and just slice through Senator Armstrong. Yeah, sure. But no, that's not going to happen, actually, because we've got people like Jack Ryden and Jetstream. These guys have got, like, high-frequency blades that are stated to be able to cut things down on the subatomic level. Think Godzilla's atomic breath, but kind of different. Yet, these blades that can cut through basically anything can't cut through Senator Armstrong's nanomachines. So, I honestly don't believe that Darth Vader's lightsaber can cut through the nanomachines from Armstrong. I just don't. And another thing is speed. Armstrong is really fast. I do not think Vader would have time to realize that Senator Armstrong is running towards him at like 40 miles an hour and just shoulder tackles him and just... Like, I know a lot of people are going to bring up just the Force in general. Vader could force choke Senator Armstrong, or he could use the Force to crush his heart. Alright, if you're going to go with that logic, why doesn't he do that in any fight? Why doesn't Vader do that with any opponent that is, powerful? Like, it's simply because he doesn't have time to do that, because otherwise he'll be wasting time and he'll give the opponent a chance to strike them down. It's the same thing with Armstrong. If Vader tried to just bother by crushing his heart with the Force, that's not gonna... He won't have time to do that, because Armstrong has already barreled towards him and is already beating the fuck out of him. I mean, Armstrong can punch things so hard. Like, take Metal Gear Excelsus. You know, that's like a 100-foot tall robotic crab that probably weighs the same as, like, I don't know, Godzilla -1 in terms of weight, probably. And Armstrong is able to blow the entire thing up with just a couple punches. Well, a couple is a bit of an understatement, but one massive punch blew up the entire robot. So, yeah, imagine what that's going to do to Vader. And here's the thing, even if Vader could cut off Armstrong's, like, let's say cut off his arm with the lightsaber, even if he could do that, as shown in the Jetstream Sound DLC, Armstrong could just form his nanomachines around, like, his arm's stump to create a blade, and just, he'd stab right through Vader. And virtually any massive injury to Vader is going to be really harmful, because he's in, like, some kind of... His suit is really limiting, like, he's really slow. Apparently he can't even raise his arms above his shoulders. That's how bad he is. But, oh, well, he's a master in lightsaber combat. He would be able to outskill Armstrong. Well, just look at the fight between Senator Armstrong and Jetstream Sam. Armstrong blocked basically every single attack Sam dished out. There was no slice or slash or anything Sam could do that Armstrong couldn't counter. At the end of the day, Armstrong is stronger, more durable, faster, smarter. The only thing Vader has going for him is that he can use the Force, which won't really help him in the fight. He's probably more experienced in overall combat, since he's been trained since like 9 years old. And he's probably a little taller than Armstrong, because Armstrong's like 6'7". Vader's probably over 7 feet tall. But those are like his only advantages. Armstrong just has too many advantages, and there's basically nothing Vader could do that could bring Armstrong down. It's not even a close fight. I'm sorry.